Hi, I'm Josh Patrick and I'm one of the founding principals here at Stage 2 Planning Partners. Today I want to talk with you about some of the questions you should ask before you decide to invest. It's not a secret that you should be saving for retirement. Whether you decide to retire or not, having the option to stop working is something I hope you're interested in doing. If not, then you can probably move on, skip this video, and save 5 minutes of your time. At the same time, investing is not something you should start on a whim. Like all major projects in your life, a little thought about what you're trying to accomplish will go a long ways in helping you achieve an outcome you're happy with. So here's a question for you. Do you feel confident enough to do your investing on your own? I think this is probably the first question you should ask. For some people, managing their own money is an easy thing to do. For others, the idea of managing their own money is really scary and the last thing in the world they want to do. You could find that you fall squarely into one camp or another, but in my experience, you're more likely to fall somewhere in between. So here's a question I'd like you to answer. Should you have a conversation with an investment professional? And if you do, what do you want to cover if and when you meet with someone who can help you manage your money? One of the first questions you might want to ask is, what's your time frame? Time frame is the length of time before you need to use the money you're saving. The types of investments you choose will depend on how long you have before you need your money. If it's going to be 20 years or more before you need your money, you're going to want to look at growth. If your time frame is 10 years, then you'll want to combine growth with safety. And if your time frame is short, meaning less than 3 years, you'll want to make sure the value of your investments don't fall. For lots of investors, the truth is part of their money might be allocated to all 3 different time frames because you're likely to have different needs for your money at different times. If that's true for you, then you'll want to know about using different asset allocations for each of the different scenarios I mentioned a little bit earlier. So here's another question for you. What sort of volatility can you stomach? Investments go up and down. You probably heard that stocks are more risky than bonds, and you might have even heard that bonds are more risky than cash. Under some circumstances, you would be right. But here's the deal. First, you need to understand what volatility means, which is when investments increase or decrease in value, and how it's going to affect you. Second, you want to know how you're going to react if your investments go down for a period of time. I think one of the most valuable services that we provide is to help you understand what your tendencies are and to help you manage your fears when the market turns against you. Too often investors lose money when they should be brave and ride out the inevitable market corrections that are going to happen from time to time. Do you want to spend your time learning, or do you want to use an investment professional to help? Investing is not a difficult activity. That is, once you've spent thousands of hours learning what works and what doesn't. Otherwise, there's a chance that you could fall prey to what I call the CNBC scare. You see, the financial press likes to keep you in a frenzy about your money. That's how you keep watching. And if you actually spend any real time listening, you'll become confused as to what are the right actions to take. If instead you spend thousands of hours learning how investments and the market works, it'll be easy to tune out information that's either stupid or wrong. If you're not willing to invest the time learning how markets work, I recommend having a conversation with an investment professional. You can still decide to manage your own money, and at the same time having a conversation with someone who has spent thousands of hours working on investments can be at least an educational experience for you. So the question you probably need to ask yourself is, how much time are you willing to invest in managing your own assets? I know that I often feel that there just isn't enough time in the day. I'm happy often to hire professionals to do things I'm not very good at or just don't want to spend time doing. And if I once that I get clear about whether I want to spend time doing something that I don't enjoy, and frankly many people don't enjoy managing their own investments, then I can make a wise decision. about whether it makes sense for me to find help. Now I want you to sit down and I want you to think about this. I want you to think about how much time you want to invest in managing your own money. If the answer is not much, my recommendation, look for outside help. So here's another question for you. Do I trust myself to make wise decisions? This is a big question. If you know that you think things through thoroughly and you have a track record of making wise decisions, then managing your own money might be the right thing to do. If you often find that you wished you had made a different decision after the fact, finding an investment manager who can help you with your investment decisions might be the right move. Only you can make that decision. One more thing. If you decide to use an investment professional, make sure you spend time interviewing a few different people. Then choose the one who you feel does the best job, listening to what you want, and the one who asks you the best questions. This is going to help you make sure that you have an advisor who's working in your interests, not theirs. Thanks so much for stopping by. This is Josh Patrick. I'm one of the founding principals here at Stage 2 Planning Partners, and I hope to see you back here really soon. Thanks again.